If you're a woman and you want your marriage to last and you don't want to have serious issues in your marriage, then be very careful about the kind of advice you take from women, because most women make very bad marriage advisors. And you can easily identify these women because they fly some trigger flags. Once you hear a sentence like, leave him, if it's me, I won't take it. And the final one, if I were the one. Those are the three sentences, and watch out from them. Most women advising you will always come out with these sentences. Leave him. But do you know that most women are actually eating crap, shit in their marriage? And they come out and tell you not to drink water in your own home. And stupidly and naively, you might go on and follow that advice. Women make very bad advisors in marriage. And now I'm going to tell you the reason why. But before I go into the reasons, I'd like to tell you a short story my grandmother told me as a kid. A man had 2 wives, and these wives were always complaining about their husband. So one day they came up with a plan. They were going to leave the man. So both of them packed their bags and left. Now the younger one, after some months, she really thought about it and felt, no, I was better off in the marriage. And she decided to go back to the husband's home. But when she got there, it was the first wife that opened the door for her and said, what are you looking for here? Get out, you've left the home. The same woman with whom she packed her bags to leave was the one that told her, don't come back in the home. So one reason women make bad advisors is because in the modern world we live in, every woman wants to appear emancipated, empowered, and strong. So she wouldn't want to admit outside that she's submissive or subdued or taking that crap at home. So to cover up for her own weakness, she comes out bragging and posing, giving the impression of being a strong woman in control at home. But mostly it's just a cover-up or turn. And if you're stupid, you listen to that advice and believe it's true. Secondly, every woman, most women have had bad experiences, have had traumas. And so they will advise you based on what they have experienced. If a woman is in a home being battered up, maybe she doesn't even have the courage to leave that marriage. When you come and say, oh, my husband slapped me. Wow, if I'm the one, I won't take it, leave him. But is she telling you the truth? Now, don't get this wrong. I'm not trying to say people should remain in abusive homes. I'm only trying to make a point that when someone has had an experience, he's traumatized or she's traumatized and triggered when such a thing is mentioned. So that's also a reason why many women make bad advisors. Some because they have gone through that experience and left and are bitter. Others because they are still undergoing that experience and haven't been able to leave. Another reason women make bad advisors is because maybe what they are telling you could work in their home, but it doesn't work in your home. Every marriage has its own rules. Even if you buy the smallest gadget today on the market, it comes with an instruction manual how to use. So too in a marriage, there are rules that have been laid down. There are even unspoken rules. See, let me give an example. A woman might be used to locking her husband out when he comes home late. The man has been tolerating it. Also, the man has a place to sleep. Maybe his brother lives down the street or so. So he doesn't really mind. She doesn't open the door. He goes there and sleep. Now, this woman would say, oh, this worked well for me. When he comes late, just lock him out. But it doesn't work in your own home. Even maybe the circumstances don't allow it. Maybe your husband doesn't have a place to go. Maybe your husband's life could be endangered by locking him out. But you're listening to her advice. She's reading you her instruction manual from her marriage, and you want to apply it in your own marriage. I mean, would you have a fridge and go and be reading the instruction manual of a washing machine or toaster? No. You have to refer to your own instruction manual. So that's another reason. Another reason women make bad advisors is that often women may not have the courage to tell you the truth, and they'll just support you because they feel that if they tell you the truth, they might lose the friendship. So very often we women do this. Someone will be telling you something. You know that what the woman did is wrong, but you go on supporting her because you believe that's what she wants to hear. And indeed, a lot of us women are like that. When we're complaining, we're actually complaining so the person tells us what we want to hear. When the person tells us the truth or what we don't want to hear, we block it. So that's a reason women make bad advisors too. Not out of any bad intention, but just trying to maintain the friendship. And there's so many other reasons, but I'll just mention one other reason. Women don't really support each other much. Very often, women bring other women down. And so too, they don't support you. They might even be begrudging you or not happy that your own home is okay. They start giving you bad advice. You take it into your home, you wreck your home. You don't know what they are going through in their home. You go home, you wreck your home. So be very careful about the advice you take from other women. Not only are women bad advisors, but we women are the first one to pull our fellow women down when the marriage breaks up. Leave him, leave him, leave him. But it's the same women that turn around and pull their fellow women down. She couldn't even stay in her home. So why would you want to take advice from the same person that's going to pull you down? So before you take advice from anybody, ask yourself, if I take this advice and end my marriage or my marriage ends, how would this friend or this woman that advised me, how would she support me? How would she support me as a single mother? And even if she doesn't support me, what would she say behind me? What would she say about me? Is she the one that will put a hand to, safeguard her husband so you don't snatch him away from her? Be very careful when taking advice from women. So please, if you have problems in your marriage, try as much as possible to settle it with your husband. If you need help, be very mindful of the person you seek help from. If you have access to a professional, seek professional help. If you have a man in your family, a relation or so, also ask his opinion, because sometimes men can give better advice on marriage than women. At least they don't shy away from telling you the truth. A man is more likely to tell you the truth than a woman. I'm sorry I have to say this, but when it comes to marriage, it's really true. So if you've got a problem, please seek professional help. Go for counseling. Ask male members in your family. Ask older family members, even if you want to seek advice from fellow women, watch out for the advice. You can receive 100 of advice from 100 different people, but you've got to be very careful which advice you take so that you save your marriage.